Okay, I am certainly not going to make a recording for every assignment, but I figured I would do one for the Fruit Shop assignment. This is PA02, which is called Intro Python, I think. No, or More Python. What's it called? Yeah, it's called Intro Python. Okay, so I'm going to start by cloning it. I've already opened up my git bash, and I'm going to cd to where my Eclipse is. So I'm going to cd into my C drive, and yep, I've already got PA01 simple, but I want to clone PA02, so I'm going to do, and I have looked at the assignment, can't quite see this, there you go, and it says it's called PA02 Intro Python, and the submission tag is going to be all done, don't forget that. So I am going to do git clone lds.row.edu :opt /cs/k. Everybody puts k here, right? /git. You put your user ID here. I'm putting k, and then it is PA02 intro Python. That looks good. And it's going to ask me to log on, and I want to do a push. And so we've got everything. And if I do an ls, and I go into number 2 and list everything, there it is, looks good. And so now I'm going to open up Eclipse, and I'm going to do File, Open Projects from File System. And it actually, I've done this once before and then decided I was going to do it for you guys, so that's why it sort of knew where it was. But here, let me cancel. I don't suppose that's going to do anything, but I click on directory, right, and then I search for, there's PA02 Intro Python, right, so I want that as my folder, and I finish, and then I'm going to right click, and I'm going to go to PyDev and say set as PyDev project, and I'm going to right click and go to PyDev again and say set as source folder. So now we are good, and I can double click on the Rowan tester, and if I just run it as a Python run, let's see, what do we get? You'll see that there's lots of output, right? I explain all of this in the written assignment. Please look at it. But at the end, it gives me my test summary. I've got 0 out of 3. Maybe I will just walk through, what does it say to do in the assignment? It says there's a bunch of files. You're going to run Rowan tester. There's also addition.py and buy lots of fruit.py and shop.py and shopsmart.py. Those are the ones you're going to actually be editing. You're not going to edit anything else. Please don't touch anything else. So we ran it and we got the output that it said in the assignment. I'm actually reading the assignment. Can you imagine? Okay, and if we look at the results for question 1, it says that if you add A and B, must return the sum of A and B, right? And we got a 0, but the correct result is actually 5 for case 2. You could look at all this. What I just want to show you in this video, you can read the whole assignment to see what you're supposed to do. But what I want to show you in this video is one of the things that I say in the assignment is you can also use command line arguments. And look, I even put them in here. You can check one question at a time. And since I haven't shown you how to use command line arguments, there is in the reference area of the class information on this too. But what you're going to do is you are going to go into the run thing here. You're going to say run configurations. And let's just make sure you move all the way to the left here for a second. And actually, if you can't see everything. Let's just make this a little bit bigger. So if I had many more runs in here, actually, let's try that. So let me reopen up this other project, and let me open up runner, and I'm just going to run runner.py. And look, it says, let's go. My user ID is Jenny. Great. So if we now, let me click on Rowan Tester again and go in here and say run configurations. You can see that the things that we have run in the past is we've run just plain old vanilla simple runner, which is, here's the Python path. It gives us all sorts of details about it. Notice that the main module here is runner.py. And we also have, oh, how come that got so big? If I look again, I'm inside the run configurations. I have one for the PA02 internal Rowan tester. Let me do, all right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a new launch configuration. Don't ask me why it is resizing this window every time. Okay, and it's going to be for the PA02 project. And the main module for it is still the Rowan tester. All right. But I want some command line arguments. So I'm going to say the command line argument is -q2. Right? So I will apply that. And I can run it right here straight away. And look, it only does the run for Q2 because the code is made to do that, right? And then I can look in my run configurations. Oh, this one was called new configuration. Let's go back to my run configurations again. I didn't name this one. That was silly. Let's call this PA02 just Q2. And let's apply that. And of course it resized, but we don't care. We can close that. So if I now go into the run menu here, I've got PA02 just Q2, PA01 simple runner, right? So I can do that. And it just runs Q2, or I can do the PA02, right? And that should run all of it. Ta-dum. Okay, that's really all I wanted to show you.